It's a really a very, very great one. Looking at and going by the fact that the 3 African coaches that are attending the Nations Cup for the first time talks about Mashaba, Ibenge, and
what is that?
Favor, exactly. But Ibenge,
the Zambian
coach, the South African coach, and the DR Congo. And now the DR Congo team has made the semi-final. So for us, I think it shows that we have quality coaches in Africa. It's just create the enabling environment for them. Give them the same thing you would give to the so-called expert coaches, and they would go on.
No, I'm happy.
How long has Ibenge been?
No, he was employed August 2014.
2014, and here we are today. This is not less than a year. Yes. They're making the semi-finals of the greatest
in Africa
showpiece in Africa.
Well, Lira is more like a perennial quarter-final.
7 out of 8.
8 Nations Cup. And Lorraine has come. And then an African coach give him 2 ahead. You know what to say? Take 2 ahead. If you play table tennis, they say, I'll give you 5 ahead. Then I'll come and meet you. The coach gave him 2 ahead. Just like what Bradford City did. So please, I know some fans are in the house. But then you buy 2, you take 4 free.
to get 4. What the Yorubas will call Ofo Kekere Gbala.
I didn't say it's a promo. You buy 1, take 2 free. But this one, you buy 2, you take 4 free. We're just happy.
It's a good test.
I hope they go further. Though I want to see which team do you think you want to win the Nations Cup?
At the start, I said.
Okay, I don't want to go back there yet. Let us still, because my producer will kill me. We just, because of the papers, we just took that in. So actually, before we came on set, it was a set apiece between Djokovic and Andy Murray, and then the third set was tied at 3-3. With who was serving? I think Murray serving.
It was Murray serving.
Murray was serving. So we'll get the update. We'll get the update before as the program is going on, and then the score is tumbling in. I know my producer will give us exactly what is happening. We'll open the lines for you to join us. Those of you who have been following us on Twitter, Jimmy also will read out your tweets for you to be following us. Because we asked the question yesterday. Equatorial Guinea, they came into the back door. They came into the back door, and then they are the host now. They are progressing, but they got a penalty at the last second in the match yesterday. That penalty, was it manufactured, or somebody said it was soft penalty, or was somebody just the referee just woke up and said, let this team not go out and give it to them. So you send us your tweet. We open the lines. Also, you join us when we open the lines. We wait a little before we open the lines. A lot of you are itching to be there. And also, like we said, it is that time in your state. I think the state FA elections will come up next week or so. Do you want them to come back? You know, have they done well in your respective state? We'll do this week and next week. And also, your state governors, some of them, Lagos State is not coming back. I think Rivers is not coming back. They've done their 2 terms. The Delta State, a lot of them like that. Maybe I think Akwa Ibom too. But then, how do you think your state governors have performed? The state governors, have they done in the past 4 years? Have they uplifted sports? Have they moved away from football? I mean, I don't want to hear that Rivers State is sponsoring Dolphins or Abia is sponsoring Enyimba with state fund. How have they, created that environment for all sports to thrive? For everybody to see the talent that God has given to you, you nurture it. Assess your state government for us. Assess sport in your state for us. Let us know. Which I read your tweet as they are coming out. A lot of things, we are no holds barred. Australia Open, can Murray make it? Murray, 4 times, this is the 4th final, he has lost the last 3. Djokovic, 4 finals, he has won in the last 4. So, Aussie Open, let us go back to Aussie Open. But yes, let's start with yesterday. It was so sweet, Serena, 19 Grand Slams.
Yes, Ken, you can actually have it better. And I remember her saying during the presentation that when she started, she never thought she could ever get to these double figures. And here she is with her 19th, and also still had more. Of course, naturally, she still had more Grand Slams in her. And I think, despite all the noise from Sharapova that she's coming to give it back to her, but at the end of the day, when you have a 6-3, 7-6, that just sums up the story of Serena Williams. She's starting where she left off last year and just telling them, look, you have to chase me out if you actually want me to go out of the scene. And I think we have a worthy champion in Serena Williams.
You have a worthy champion in Serena Williams. How would Sharapova feel? 17 times she come across this lady, 17 times in a row she has been beaten. If you are Sharapova, will you, I mean, if you had to play, what, is it psychological, is it whatever, how do you think that will happen?
She's been beating her since she was 19. So, and now at 27, at 27, she's still beating Sharapova. I think for me, like Okwe said, and at the beginning, like we said at the beginning of the Australian Open, Serena is in top form. And
are you seeing her?
Exactly.
Tell people are watching you now. Tell us what you are seeing now.
My wife is also watching. Don't put me in trouble. I need to tread.
Are you watching? Are you watching?
I'm watching. I'm talking about tennis. I'm not about the figure.
This guy will not keep in this house. There she is.
Really, you can't but admire. This is Serena Williams at 33. She's Serena. A combination of beauty, a combination of what a tennis star should
look like.
Should look like. Star. Ken, I think you have more than this to see.
So you have told us your wife is watching. So please, Mrs. Bakre, I know Yemi is talking sports. Yeah, Yemi is talking sports, and that is what it is all about. Yeah. Jimmy, we just heard. They told us that Djokovic has taken the second set 6-3.
Yeah, it's totally not unexpected. At this
He
point,
was injured.
He was injured.
He was injured. He was limping.
Is he feigning injury?
You know, it's more about the tenacity of this great man called Novak Djokovic. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, he's always going to be there. He's always been consistent. One of the challenges that I think Murray had always had been consistency. After winning a slam, you almost don't see him. Probably he's got some injury concerns, or probably has this deep in form. But if you look at the way Novak Djokovic has been, always, he's been very consistent, very tenacious. When he does play, you know this man is playing always elastic. You know, they've got a particular style that, you know, keeps them going. They are agile in defense. They have the highest, you know, rate of serve returns. So, you know, those are some of the things that keep them. That's why they are playing. You could say that game looks a little bit flat, maybe not too inspiring. But at the end of the day, Novak Djokovic, with what we are saying, might just about win this again. At 2-1, I think...
Ken, for me, I think Murray has a very, very good chance of winning this Australian Open.
Yeah.
Going by the fact that, you see, Djokovic got to Melbourne late due to injury. Others started playing on Monday. He had that Monday off to play on Tuesday. And if you look at Murray, towards the tail end of last season, getting to play in the final event of last season, Murray had been on the ascendance in terms of
Murray is behind right now.
I understand what I'm saying. Murray has been on the ascendance in terms of form. And look at this particular Australian Open. He's played some fantastic tennis. Look at the semi-final game. Look at what he was able to do and making it to the final. And Djokovic being injured in the first set. I think Murray needs to just up his ante to win this particular one. Yes, I'm giving it to Djokovic, but I think Murray stands a very, very good chance of winning this.
Like we said, it was Seppi that beat...
And Seppi.
That beat...
that knocked out
Federer. And Kyrgios knocked out
Seppi.
And
Murray ended the own boys' good run. And it was Betty that knocked out Nadal.
Yeah, the trial for Murray was supposed to be play Federer, play
Nadal, in the quarter,
final. So luckily, nature
just
conspired against those acts. And now, as Yemi said, because of the condition, physical condition of Djokovic, this would have been the best chance for Murray to take him out. And I think if Murray had Lendy as the coach, this match would have been a foregone conclusion by now.
There's
it gives him the
mental toughness.
Jimmy will read some of your tweets now while we open the lines. You join us on everything we've discussed. We want to talk about AFCON, especially the African coach, Florent Ibenge, who is taking DR Congo, who beat Claude Leroy. That is, I'm sorry, that is me for you. But also the penalty we're talking about yesterday, was it manufactured? Is CAF making sure that Equatorial Guinea do not go out so that they can sustain that viewership, that crowd at the stadium? They want to put it on. Is it tempo that they want to do, or was it justified? Some of you say, Jimmy will read those tweets that you've been sending to us, and then also we talked about the Australia Open. We also talk about the state of sports in Nigeria. It is the election is coming up in about 10 or so how many days, about 14 days from now. Do you believe that if sport were to be why you want to vote for your governor or whoever is coming in your state by election, do you think they performed enough in sport? That's our sector for you to give them that. That's a mandate for them to go back. The number will be on the set on your screen. You join us. You'll be part of this. Let's hear your voice. We'll take some calls and we'll read your tweets. Jimmy, you have the tweets ready?
Yes. From at Halesh_Sam, he says, I think the referee made a wise decision. The Tunis were hard on them throughout the game.
Okay.
And also from Atabeke Ebigberi, he said, well manufactured by the referee, and this shows how poor-oriented some African referees are in the game of football, like PT Tunisia.
It happens everywhere in the world. They're only doing that. They're only
Go on.
human. It depends on the angle from which the referee is looking at
Then
it.
also from Bolanle Suli, he said definitely it was manufactured for the host team.
Okay, some of them say it was manufactured, refined, purified. They said, you be part of this. You be part of this. Let us hear you going, gentlemen. If sports were to be the agenda, nobody's talking about. Nobody. I've not had sports at the front, even in the middle burner or the. Nobody. None of the candidates have talked sports. I don't know. I mean, are we saying sport is dead? It doesn't matter to whoever want to be our president, who will be our governors.
It's not a factor in this election, Ken. That is the reality.
Can we make it a factor?
The only thing we are seeing about sport is sportmen campaigning for people.
Okay, sportsmen campaigning.
But sport as an agenda
No.
has never been an issue.
It's really,
and it's unfortunate.
But there must be a reason for that.
What?
I think it's more because of the fact that the personalities and the structures that had been in the sports firmament had not been perfect. So it becomes very difficult for politicians to make it an agenda, because we've lost it when it comes to sports. We don't know how to drive sports as a tool for, the social development. That's why you find it hard for a politician to come out and lay clearly, because of the fact that the structures are so warped.
But if we pretend, I'm sorry to use the word pretend, that sport is the one thing that brings us together, especially zeroing it onto football. How come that team that binds us, I mean, it's been neglected?
You see, until we stop seeing sport, like you said, until we'll stop seeing sport as a people, as a tool of propaganda, we will never address it the way it should be addressed.
As a tool of propaganda.
Exactly. This is the fourth largest industry that's talking about sport. And like Jimmy said, it's about social development. But as it is, our politicians, they see sport as a tool of propaganda. They're sponsoring teams, like and as I said, we are seeing sportmen campaigning for different people.
It goes beyond that.
It goes beyond that. What are the structures in place? Are they doing the right thing to?
Let me ask you this: Can they put sport as an agenda without being partisan, without being see you as maybe you are supporting this man or that man?
Of course.
Do this for sports.
Of course.
I mean, and then you could end the vote of all Nigerians, not just
the
those
sport
in the
community.
Sector.
At least once you set out your agenda or your plan, you are sure of that block vote from that sector. Last week I was watching the program, and you were talking about the armed forces and paramilitary giving us sportmen. And of course, the prayer week I was reading a book, I think Tragedy of Victory by General Abi Sama, and this guy all through his time was the sport captain in the army. And I said, look, let's leave out the politicians, the paramilitary teams that used to even bail us out, what are they doing now to help us in that time of need? If the politicians failed us, let them rise up and save us in sport.
Well, I don't know if we believe that yes, we are here for a purpose, that we are saying this, that is how it ought to be. Then where is it in us to be able to say, you have not in the past 4 years, we've not seen where your primary schools have gone. I mean, we've not seen school sports, prioritized. We've not seen pitches you've put in place. We've not seen gyms that you have built. We've not seen any encouragement that you've done in order for to develop their natural talent that was given to them by God to excel and be the Serenas of this world, be the Djokovic that we are talking about here. If that has not been done, what do you do? Okay, we have Samuel on the line. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Samuel.